recognize for Israel, the state of Israel, the status of being the ruling state in the world. And if you differ with me, just sit there and wait. Just sit there and wait. Dajjal has already accomplished nearly everything he set out to accomplish. The question we ask tonight is, how did he do it? What is that strategy with which he has attacked the character and morals of Muslim youth around the world? And so we have lost power. What can we do tonight in Lakemba? What can we do to build power once again? That kind of power which cannot be destroyed. Not even with a nuclear weapon, they cannot destroy that power. What are the foundations of power? Well, you have external foundations. That is your numerical strength. But that is not essential to power. وَكَمْ مِنْ فِئَةٍ قَلِيلَةٍ غَلَبَتْ فِئَةً كَثِيرَةً بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ. So numerical strength is not that essential. Then there is the strength of the economy. But at Badr, they were the rich people's army. And we were the army of the refugees. Huh? And then there is your weapons. But at Badr, they had state-of-the-art weapons. They had, 700 camels and 100 horses and state-of-the-art armor. And we had no armor. We hardly had any camels and probably 2 horses. But we defeated them. And so the external foundations of power, yes, they are important, but they're not absolutely essential. Well then, what are the other foundations of power? The answer is internal power. What are the foundations of internal power? Which, if that is destroyed, then all fall down. The answer is that in internal power you have faith. Those who have faith in Allah can never be defeated. You can kill them. But after you cut down the tree, the thing is still growing. What kind of a tree is this? No matter how many times we cut down the tree, it is still growing. وَلَا تَقُولُوا لِمَنْ يُقْتَلُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أَمْوَاتٍ بَلْ أَحْيَاءٌ وَلَكِنْ لَا تَشْعُرُونَ. And so you cannot defeat a people who live for Allah and therefore who will die for Allah. And this is what we've been asked to proclaim in the Quran. But only men can proclaim it. Rats can't do it. What's the difference between a man and a rat? We're going to give that definition just now. What does Allah ask of us to say in the Quran? And when we say it, I tell you that is power. Of course, they're going to say it's fundamentalism. They're going to say these are terrorists. Yes. These words are poison for the godless world. Poison. What are the words? Qul inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alamin la sharika lahu ila akhir al-ayah. Say it. Proclaim it. Regardless of the price you have to pay. Verily, my prayer and my service of sacrifice and my very living and my very dying are all for Allah. And I will not become a part of your godless melting pot. La sharika lah. I will not become a part of your godless melting pot. I tell you, they'll hate you. When you speak like that, they can't even digest their food now. What can we do with these Muslims? We've tried everything, but Islam keeps coming back. I delivered a lecture in Singapore, and then the next day I got an email, the most beautiful email I've ever got in my life. I tell you, the government of Singapore must have hated that. It came from an 18-year-old Muslim girl. And she wrote to me. She said, hi. She didn't know how to say, dear Maulana or dear Sheikh. She said, hi. I attended your lecture last night. Can I be your student? She was born in Singapore. She spent all her life living in Singapore. She studied in their schools. And at 18 years of age, she should have been a part of the godless melting pot. Or what I call the blue jeans Jamaat. I hope you don't mind. But rather than that, when the truth was presented, not Imran, no, the truth of Islam, we are only vehicles. When the truth was presented, that truth penetrated and pierced her heart. And so she said, can I be your student? When faith enters into the heart, now you live for Allah. And only those who live for Allah, only they will die for Allah. That's power. Use any yardstick with which to measure. That is power. Anyone who lives for Allah would be prepared to die for Allah. You cannot defeat such a man. You can put him in prison, but you cannot destroy him. You can kill him, but you cannot destroy him. And the truth for which he lived and died, that truth, as certain as the sun rises from the east, that truth will eventually triumph. That's power. They want to destroy that from the heart. How to destroy it? Now this part of the lecture is going to be a little difficult. So bear with me. Bear with me. If you don't understand it this time, get the tape and listen to the tape recording again and again so that you'll eventually understand it. The question is how to destroy power. We say power rests on the foundations of faith. And in another moment we're going to go to power resting on the foundations of akhlaq, morality and ethics. The question is how to destroy power, and therefore how to destroy faith. Listen to the attack. The Prophet said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, every prophet of Allah has warned his people about Dajjal. But I'm going to tell you something that no one said before me. Dajjal sees with one eye, his left eye, his right.